Imagine plunging into crystal clear waters, only to feel your skin burning within seconds. Every year, hundreds of unsuspecting swimmers lose their lives in places that seem like paradise, but hide deadly secrets. These aren't movie scenes. They're real locations scattered across the globe. Today, we're exposing 10 deadly swimming spots you should never, ever go to swim. Devil's Pool. Let's start our dangerous journey at Devil's Pool in Zambia. This natural infinity pool sits right at the edge of Victoria Falls, one of the world's largest waterfalls. Known locally as the Devil's Swimming Pool, it's located on Livingston Island and offers the ultimate infinity pool experience. Tourists swim at the very lip of the falls, with just a natural rock barrier keeping them from plunging 350 feet down. The experience is exclusive. Only a limited number of visitors per day can visit during the dry season, approximately August to January, when water levels are low enough to create the protective rock lip. During high water seasons, February to July, the pool completely disappears under raging waters, making it totally inaccessible. Getting there is an adventure itself. Visitors must swim across a portion of the Zambezi River, which is home to crocodiles and hippos. Though guides carefully scout the route beforehand, the water maintains a pleasantly warm temperature year-round, providing a comfortable swim despite the extreme location. Local guides often perform daring acts, like hanging over the edge to demonstrate their expertise of safe spots. Impressive, but potentially encouraging risky behavior in tourists. From the pool, swimmers can look directly down the massive waterfall as it thunders below, creating what locals call the smoke that thunders. As part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the falls and pool are protected. But nature doesn't always follow safety protocols. While deaths are rare when visitors follow guidelines and only swim with official guides, the consequences of a mistake are absolutely fatal. There's no surviving a 350-foot plunge onto rocks. The falls were first documented by European explorer David Livingstone in 1855, who named them after Queen Victoria, but noted that locals called them Mosi Oatunya, meaning the smoke that thunders. Today, it costs approximately $80 to $150 to visit Devil's Pool with a tour company, making it both a dangerous and expensive thrill. The depth of the pool varies, but averages about 3 to 8 feet depending on the season. Strong swimming skills are required, as visitors must navigate against currents that constantly pull toward the edge. The optical illusion created by the mist can be disorienting, sometimes making it difficult to distinguish where the edge actually begins, which adds to the danger. The pool sits on a ledge of ancient basalt rock that has withstood centuries of erosion. What's most fascinating is that visitors can often spot rainbows forming in the mist below, creating the impression of swimming above a rainbow, making this deadly location even more temptingly beautiful. Gansby Shark Alley. Next on our list is Gansby Shark Alley in South Africa. This narrow channel between Dyer Island and Geyser Rock creates the perfect hunting ground for great white sharks. It has one of the densest populations of these massive predators anywhere on Earth. The channel is approximately 8 kilometers, 5 miles long, and tour operators have nicknamed this area the McDonald's drive-thru for great whites because of the reliable shark sightings. Marine biologists consider this region part of the Bermuda Triangle of great whites, one of only a few global hotspots where these apex predators congregate in significant numbers. What draws them here? Geyser Rock hosts a colony of roughly 60,000 Cape fur seals, the great white's favorite food. The sharks patrol these waters year-round, with peak viewing season running from April to October when visibility is best. During this time, you might spot multiple sharks during a single diving session. The concentration of great whites is so reliable that many cage diving companies offer guaranteed sightings. Interestingly, female great whites in this area tend to be larger than males, with some specimens estimated to be over 50 years old. While cage diving is generally safe, incidents have occurred. In 2019, a great white shark did manage to break part of a cage diving structure in Gansby, though no injuries resulted. The sharks here can reach lengths of over 15 feet and weigh more than 4,000 pounds. They can detect minute quantities of blood in the water and accelerate to speeds of 25 to 35 miles per hour in short bursts. Despite their fearsome reputation, great whites are actually quite selective about what they eat, often taking an investigative bite and releasing prey that doesn't match their preferred fat content. The waters of Shark Alley are cold, typically between 57 and 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and often churning with currents, which would make survival challenging if someone fell overboard without protection. Scientists study these waters extensively, as it's one of the few places where great white behavior can be reliably observed. Researchers have documented breach hunting here, where sharks attack from below with such force that they completely launch their massive bodies out of the water. The area has been featured in numerous documentaries, including several by National Geographic and Discovery Channel's Shark Week. The water visibility can range dramatically, from over 30 feet on clear days to less than 5 feet during plankton blooms, making encounters with sharks suddenly appearing out of the murk particularly heart-stopping. The local marine ecosystem is uniquely balanced. The sharks control the seal population, which in turn prevents the seals from depleting fish stocks. Gansbai experienced a mysterious period in 2017 to 2018 when great whites temporarily disappeared, which scientists attributed to the presence of orcas, killer whales, that had begun hunting the sharks. The local economy has been transformed by shark tourism, with over 50,000 visitors annually participating in cage diving experiences. Despite no fatal attacks during official cage diving expeditions in Gansbai, what makes Shark Alley truly terrifying isn't just the number of sharks. It's how they curiously investigate the cages, often swimming directly up to humans with apparent interest, their black eyes observing visitors through the metal bars. Rio Tinto. The Rio Tinto in Spain looks like something from another planet. This river runs blood red due to extremely acidic water filled with toxic metals from centuries of mining. With a pH between 1.7 and 2.5, varying by season and location, it's indeed nearly as acidic as vinegar. The water contains high concentrations of heavy metals, including copper, iron, and arsenic. Scientists once believed nothing could survive in such hostile conditions, but they discovered that various extremophiles, organisms that thrive in extreme environments, call these toxic waters home. The river gets its name from the Spanish words for Red River, and it's been this way for millennia. Mining in this region dates back over 5,000 years to the ancient Phoenicians and Romans, who extracted gold, silver, and copper. During the Roman Empire, the mines here produced the majority of Rome's copper and significant amounts of silver. Some archaeologists even believe the legendary mines of King Solomon, mentioned in biblical texts, may have actually been located in this region. The area is part of what geologists call the Iberian Pyrite Belt, which contains around 1.7 billion tons of sulfide deposits. One of the world's largest concentrations of pyrite, commonly known as fool's gold. The continuous mining has created one of the most polluted waterways in Europe. The vibrant red color comes primarily from iron oxide dissolved in the water. When pyrite, iron sulfide, is exposed to air and water, it creates sulfuric acid and iron compounds that give the river its distinctive color. The shoreline is crusted with multicolored mineral deposits in shades of red, orange, yellow, and green that look like abstract art patterns. Local folklore includes romantic stories of the river being stained red with the blood of mythical creatures or ancient warriors who died in battle, a more poetic explanation than the chemical reality. What makes the Rio Tinto particularly dangerous is its deceptive beauty. The striking colors attract tourists and photographers who sometimes get too close. Contact with this water can cause skin irritation and chemical burns. Even the vapor can irritate your eyes and respiratory system. Interestingly, the water's high acid content naturally sterilizes it of most common bacteria, making it paradoxically clean of the pathogens that typically thrive in polluted water. The river stretches approximately 100 kilometers, 62 miles, from the mountains of Sierra Morena before emptying into the Gulf of Cadiz and the Atlantic Ocean. The pH and chemical composition can vary dramatically throughout the year, with the most acidic conditions typically occurring during summer months when water levels are lower and minerals more concentrated. Despite its toxicity, local wildlife has adapted. Specialized birds have learned to wash contaminated food in clean water sources before eating. The ecological adaptations extend beyond microorganisms, creating a unique ecosystem found nowhere else on Earth. NASA has indeed used the Rio Tinto as a research site because its extreme conditions serve as a terrestrial analog for potential Martian environments. In 2001, NASA's MARTE project, Mars Astrobiology Research and Technology Experiment, used Rio Tinto as a test site for Mars exploration technologies. The extremophile microorganisms discovered here have adapted to use iron instead of oxygen in their metabolic processes, a remarkable adaptation that could help us understand how life might exist on other planets. Some of these microbes include acidophilic bacteria, algae, and fungi that have evolved specialized cellular mechanisms to survive in this harsh environment. The river's unique chemistry has created a natural laboratory for astrobiologists studying how life might exist in seemingly uninhabitable conditions. While mining activities have decreased in recent decades, the river remains highly acidic and will likely stay this way for centuries due to the continued acid mine drainage from the surrounding area. The Rio Tinto stands as both a cautionary tale of human environmental impact and a fascinating window into how life adapts to even the most hostile conditions on our planet, and possibly beyond. Samaisen Hole. In Thailand, experienced divers respect the challenges of Samaisen Hole. This underwater dive site descends to depths of approximately 80 to 85 meters, 260 to 280 feet, and is located in the Gulf of Thailand about 30 kilometers south of Pattaya City. While sometimes described colloquially as a sinkhole, it's more accurately classified as a deep diving site with varying underwater features. It gained popularity among recreational technical divers in the 1990s after previously having limited access due to its proximity to military facilities. Today, it has earned a reputation as one of Thailand's most technically challenging dive locations, attracting advanced technical divers rather than casual tourists. The site is located near the Sattahip Naval Base, which is why permission is required to dive here. Its location near military installations means divers might occasionally encounter old debris, though specific reports of ammunition finds are not well documented. The depth of Samaisen Hole places it well beyond recreational diving limits, 40 meters, 130 feet, firmly in the realm of technical diving, requiring specialized equipment and training. Technical divers exploring the area typically use trimix gas, a mixture of oxygen, helium, and nitrogen, rather than standard compressed air to reduce nitrogen narcosis risks, a condition similar to alcohol intoxication that impairs judgment and motor skills. The underwater topography features varying terrain, with some coral formations in shallower areas. The visibility at Samaisen can vary dramatically, from relatively clear to quite poor depending on weather conditions and time of year. Currents can be challenging here, particularly during certain tidal conditions. Local fishing activities in the area can indeed create additional considerations for dive planning. The water temperature typically ranges from warm at the surface, often around 29 to 30 degrees Celsius, or 84 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit, to cooler at depth, dropping to around 24 to 26 degrees Celsius, or 75 to 79 degrees Fahrenheit, creating thermoclines that divers pass through during descent. Marine life at Samaisen includes various coral species, reef fish, and occasionally larger pelagic visitors, though the specific prevalence of rare black coral or regular whale shark sightings would need further verification. Near Samaisen lies the wreck of the HTMS Cram, a deliberately sunk Thai Navy ship that now serves as an artificial reef, positioned about 6 kilometers from the main Sameisen site. Many technical divers visit both sites during their expeditions to the area. The primary dangers come from the technical challenges of deep diving rather than any unique features of this specific site. The depth alone creates serious decompression obligations, meaning ascents must be carefully controlled with multiple stops to prevent decompression sickness. Decompression stops from a dive to the bottom of Sameisen can indeed take considerably longer than the actual deep portion of the dive itself, a standard safety protocol for technical deep diving. The blue invitation phenomenon, the psychological pull to go deeper, is recognized among deep divers globally and would apply to experiences at Sameisen as it would at other deep sites. This psychological aspect, combined with the physical challenges of deep diving, makes Sameisen a location that demands respect and proper training from those who choose to explore it. Kipu Falls. Hawaii's beautiful Kipu Falls hides a deadly secret beneath its surface. This seemingly peaceful waterfall pool on Kauai's east side has claimed multiple lives over the years. Located on private property about 2 miles west of Lihue, this approximately 20-foot waterfall cascades into a deep swimming hole surrounded by lush tropical vegetation. For decades, it was a popular spot for both locals and tourists seeking adventure off the beaten path. What makes Kipu Falls dangerous are its strong currents and underwater features. The waterfall's flow creates current patterns that can pull swimmers with considerable force. The pool contains deep sections and underwater features that aren't visible from above, creating potential hazards for swimmers who aren't familiar with the location. Between 1993 and 2012, at least 5 people drowned at Kipu Falls, with numerous others requiring rescue. The victims were often visitors who underestimated the pool's dangers. Local legends attribute the deaths to supernatural causes, suggesting the pool is cursed or haunted. While these stories aren't supported by evidence, they reflect the consistent danger the location has posed over generations. The pool's depth varies depending on rainfall, with deeper conditions during wet periods. During heavy rains, the water can become murky, further concealing underwater features. The relatively remote location of Kipu Falls meant that emergency response times could be longer than at more accessible swimming spots. This isolation contributed to the danger, as immediate help wasn't always available for swimmers in distress. The natural formation of the pool, with its uneven bottom and the force of the falling water, creates challenging swimming conditions even for experienced swimmers. The combination of these factors has contributed to the site's dangerous reputation. Several incidents involve strong, capable swimmers who found themselves unable to overcome the water's power once in trouble. After multiple tragic incidents, authorities closed the area to the public in 2012. The landowner, Grove Farm Company, restricted access with signs and fencing due to safety concerns and liability issues. Despite these measures, some visitors still attempt to reach the site, ignoring both the legal restrictions and the well-documented dangers. What made this site particularly concerning was how it presented as an inviting swimming hole while concealing serious hazards. The falls gained additional visitors after being featured in guidebooks and shared on social media, bringing more people to a place that had long been known by locals to require caution. Today, Kipu Falls serves as an important reminder that natural swimming areas, especially those with waterfalls, can present serious dangers that aren't immediately apparent from their picturesque appearance. New Smyrna Beach. New Smyrna Beach in Florida holds a reputation many consider the shark attack capital of the world. More shark attacks occur in this area than almost anywhere else, with the concentration in this relatively small stretch of coastline being particularly notable. Located on Florida's central Atlantic coast, this otherwise charming beach town, with approximately 28,000 residents, has documented a significant number of shark attacks in recorded history, with Volusia County, where New Smyrna Beach is located, consistently leading Florida in shark incidents. What makes New Smyrna Beach so attractive to sharks? The beach sits near Ponce Inlet, which creates a narrow channel where large numbers of fish congregate, naturally attracting predators. The murky, low-visibility water makes it difficult for sharks to distinguish between fish and human limbs, leading to mistaken identity bites. The water contains high amounts of bait fish that attract bull sharks, blacktip sharks, and spinner sharks, species known for their sometimes aggressive hunting behavior. Most incidents occur in a specific zone near the inlet jetty, a stretch of coastline that sees thousands of swimmers and surfers annually. The inlet's tidal flows also contribute to the danger, as they can bring sharks and bait fish closer to shore. Surfers are particularly vulnerable since their paddling motions and surfboards create vibrations in the water similar to those of struggling fish, potentially attracting nearby sharks. Volusia County consistently leads Florida in shark attack statistics year after year. According to the International Shark Attack File, this county regularly accounts for a significant percentage of Florida's unprovoked shark incidents. Local lifeguards are well trained in responding to shark-related injuries. The notable aspect about New Smyrna Beach is that despite the frequency of incidents, fatalities are extremely rare. Most bites are classified as hit-and-run attacks, where the shark quickly releases after the initial bite. Local surfers have developed a pragmatic attitude about the risk, with many acknowledging the presence of sharks as part of the surfing experience here. The excellent waves continue to draw surf enthusiasts who accept the risk as part of enjoying some of Florida's best surfing conditions. Marine biologists studying the area have noted that shark activity can correlate with fishing seasons and certain tidal conditions. The beach maintains its popularity despite its reputation, with thousands enjoying its shores daily. Authorities use various monitoring methods to enhance safety, with lifeguards on alert for shark activity. While the odds of being bitten remain statistically low for any individual visitor, those who enter these waters are swimming in an area with a documented history of shark encounters, a reality that both locals and informed visitors have learned to respect. Hoover Dam. Near the border of Nevada and Arizona stands Hoover Dam, where swimming is strictly forbidden for good reason. The massive structure creates dangerous underwater currents and pressure conditions that pose serious safety hazards. Built during the Great Depression and completed in 1936, this engineering marvel harnesses the Colorado River to generate power for millions of people across the Southwest. The same engineering that makes it an impressive power source also creates water conditions that require strict safety regulations. The dam's intake towers draw water from Lake Mead into the hydroelectric system. These structures create strong currents in their vicinity that would be extremely dangerous for swimmers. The intakes can draw in large volumes of water when operating, creating a safety hazard zone near the dam. For this reason, there are restricted areas marked by warning buoys and barriers around the dam. These safety measures are in place to prevent accidents, as the currents near operational intakes could potentially pull swimmers underwater. The danger isn't limited to the dam's upstream side. Downstream from Hoover Dam, the Colorado River presents its own hazards. The controlled water releases from the dam create strong currents and can cause sudden water level changes that pose risks to those in the water. The water released from the dam comes from deep within Lake Mead and is significantly colder than surface water, which could create a hypothermia risk despite the desert heat. Released water temperatures can be quite cold, potentially affecting swimming ability. The restricted zone extends into Lake Mead on the upstream side of the dam, and there are clearly marked boundaries for boaters and swimmers. The Bureau of Reclamation, which manages the dam, has implemented multiple safety measures, including barriers and warnings, to prevent access to these dangerous areas. These precautions are designed to keep visitors at a safe distance from the dam's operational hazards. There have been incidents where individuals who disregarded safety warnings encountered serious trouble in the waters near the dam. When people ignore established safety boundaries, they put themselves at significant risk from the strong currents and other water hazards present in these restricted areas. Rescue operations in these zones are particularly challenging due to the water conditions. When water passes through hydroelectric dams like Hoover, it can sometimes become supersaturated with dissolved gases. This phenomenon primarily affects aquatic life, but illustrates another way in which dam operations can alter natural water conditions. For human safety, the primary concerns remain the strong currents and cold water temperatures. Despite the potential dangers in restricted areas, Hoover Dam attracts approximately 7 million visitors annually, according to the Bureau of Reclamation. Most come to view this engineering achievement from approved visitor areas and observation points. The restricted swimming areas are clearly marked and documented in visitor information. The contrast between the dam's impressive appearance and the potential hazards in its vicinity serves as a reminder of the importance of respecting safety regulations around major infrastructure. Bubbly Creek. Chicago's Bubbly Creek got its name for a disturbing reason. This tributary of the Chicago River was the dumping ground for slaughterhouse waste for decades. The Union Stockyards, which operated from 1865 until 1971, disposed of animal remains and byproducts into this waterway. Even today, the riverbed can release gas bubbles as organic matter continues to decompose beneath the surface, hence the creek's descriptive nickname. The 1.3-mile channel, officially named the South Fork of the South Branch of the Chicago River, became infamous after Upton Sinclair described it in his 1906 novel, The Jungle. He wrote vividly about the polluted waterway, describing bubbles rising to its surface from the decomposing animal waste below. While conditions have significantly improved since those days, environmental damage from this historical pollution persists. Modern testing has shown that Bubbly Creek contains various contaminants, including bacteria and industrial pollutants. Studies have found that the riverbed contains layers of sediment mixed with organic materials from its history as a disposal site for the stockyards. This sediment continues to decompose slowly, releasing gases that bubble up to the surface, a process that will likely continue for many years. The waterway has limited natural flow. When the Chicago River's flow was reversed in 1900, an engineering project designed to protect Lake Michigan from sewage contamination, it affected water movement in this tributary. Without sufficient flow to flush out contaminants, pollutants can remain concentrated. During heavy rain events, combined sewer overflows can discharge into the creek, further affecting water quality. Despite various cleanup efforts over the years, swimming in Bubbly Creek remains inadvisable. Contact with polluted water can expose people to pathogens that may cause illness. While water quality has improved compared to historical conditions, environmental concerns persist. The area around Bubbly Creek has seen development in recent decades, with increased residential and recreational use nearby. This has brought more people to the vicinity of a waterway with a problematic environmental history. While signage exists to inform visitors about the waterway, those unfamiliar with its history might not fully understand its historical contamination. Environmental groups and government agencies have worked on plans to address the creek's environmental issues. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has developed restoration plans for Bubbly Creek, though implementation has faced various challenges. Until more comprehensive remediation occurs, Bubbly Creek stands as a reminder of the lasting impact of industrial pollution. Urban runoff continues to affect water quality in the Chicago River system, including Bubbly Creek. Various studies have examined the creek's ecosystem health, finding improvements but also ongoing challenges. Oxygen levels in the water can fluctuate, affecting aquatic life, particularly during warmer months when bacterial activity increases. Bubbly Creek represents a category of urban waterways that have seen improved conditions, but still contend with the legacy of industrial pollution. Environmental advocates point out that as visible pollution decreases, perceived risk may decrease as well, potentially leading to increased recreational use. Unlike natural hazards with obvious visual warnings, some environmental contaminants aren't immediately visible, creating a disconnect between appearance and actual water quality. Horseshoe Lake. Horseshoe Lake in California looks peaceful, surrounded by beautiful mountain scenery. But this lake sits in a volcanic zone where carbon dioxide gas seeps from the ground. Located in the Long Valley caldera near Mammoth Lakes, this body of water exemplifies how invisible hazards can be quite dangerous. The lake is situated in a region shaped by volcanic activity that has influenced this area for hundreds of thousands of years. The concern at Horseshoe Lake stems from its location in a volcanically active area. Deep beneath the surface, geological processes release carbon dioxide that rises through fissures in the Earth's crust. This colorless, odorless gas can accumulate in depressions and low-lying areas, potentially creating pockets of air with elevated CO2 levels. Unlike gases with warning properties such as smell or irritation, carbon dioxide provides little sensory warning of its presence. The potential dangers of volcanic gas in this region were tragically demonstrated in 2006 when 3 ski patrol workers died in an incident near Mammoth Mountain, in the same volcanic region as Horseshoe Lake. The workers had been fencing off a volcanic vent when they fell into a snow depression that had filled with carbon dioxide. Despite rescue efforts, all 3 died of asphyxiation due to the high concentrations of CO2. Around Horseshoe Lake itself, the evidence of gas emissions is visible in the form of dead trees. Beginning in the early 1990s, scientists observed trees dying in the area. Investigation revealed elevated soil CO2 concentrations that were harmful to the tree roots. These dead trees create distinctive ghost forests that can be seen around parts of the lake. The U.S. Geological Survey and Forest Service have installed warning signs throughout the area, advising visitors about potential hazards, particularly in low-lying areas where gas can potentially accumulate. Scientists monitor gas emissions in the area, which can vary based on factors including volcanic activity and seasonal conditions. What makes areas like Horseshoe Lake concerning is how normal and safe they appear visually. There are no obvious signs of danger on a typical day. In winter, snow cover can potentially trap gases and increase risks in certain areas. The invisible nature of carbon dioxide means that awareness of the issue is an important safety factor. Despite these geological features, the Mammoth Lakes area remains a popular recreation destination, with Horseshoe Lake accessible to visitors. Authorities manage the area with appropriate warning signs and information while maintaining public access. For visitors who follow posted guidelines, the risk is generally considered manageable, but the lake serves as a reminder of the invisible geological processes at work beneath the scenic landscape. Fraser Island, K'gari. Fraser Island in Australia combines 2 significant hazards that create a potentially dangerous swimming destination. This UNESCO World Heritage Site, officially known as K'gari, its traditional indigenous name, which was formally adopted in 2021, is the world's largest sand island, stretching over 120 kilometers along Queensland's southeastern coast. Despite its stunning beauty, pristine beaches, clear lakes, and ancient forests, the waters surrounding the island present hazards that visitors should be aware of. The first concern comes from the island's eastern beaches with their strong currents. The eastern coastline faces the open Pacific Ocean, where ocean conditions can create powerful waves and rip currents. These rips form when water that's been pushed toward the shore by breaking waves returns to the ocean, creating channels of fast-moving water that can carry swimmers offshore. What makes these currents particularly challenging is that they can be difficult to identify for those unfamiliar with ocean conditions. Local authorities have posted warning signs along the beaches to alert visitors to potential dangers. The island's relative isolation means that emergency medical assistance is not immediately available, with the nearest major hospitals on the mainland. This remoteness can increase risks associated with water emergencies, as medical attention may be delayed compared to more developed beach areas with lifeguard services. The second concern in waters around parts of Queensland is marine stingers, including irukandji jellyfish. These small jellyfish species can cause painful stings, that may lead to a condition called Irukandji syndrome. Unlike larger jellyfish that are more visible, Irukandji are small and difficult to spot in the water. The symptoms from a sting can include pain, nausea, and other concerning effects that typically develop sometime after the initial contact. For swimmers, these jellyfish present a concern because of their small size and near transparency in water. Protective measures, such as wearing stinger suits during marine stinger season, are recommended in waters where these jellyfish may be present. The traditional stinger season in northern Queensland waters runs approximately from November to May, though exact timing can vary by location and conditions. Scientists continue to study how climate patterns may affect marine stinger distribution. The combination of these two factors, ocean currents and potential marine stingers, creates a swimming environment that requires caution and awareness. Swimmers caught in strong currents may become exhausted trying to swim against the flow, rather than using recommended safety techniques, such as swimming parallel to shore to exit the rip. The presence of marine stingers during certain seasons adds another consideration for water safety. Despite these considerations, hundreds of thousands of tourists visit the island annually, drawn by its natural beauty and unique ecosystems. Kagera offers inland freshwater lakes that provide alternative swimming locations away from ocean hazards. Local tour operators and authorities provide visitors with information about water safety, including guidance on safer swimming areas and precautions during stinger season. What makes these 10 places truly terrifying isn't just how they kill, it's how normal they look, appearing on travel websites and bucket lists without obvious danger markers. The next time you spot an amazingly beautiful swimming spot that seems too good to be true, it probably is. Always research before jumping in, talk to locals, and heed warning signs. Remember, the most inviting waters are sometimes the deadliest, and countless other dangerous spots remain unlisted, waiting silently for their next victim. If you enjoyed this video, click on the next video to enjoy more Did You Know facts.